Welcome back to the Everyman Guys. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Ian.
I'm Jake. And I'm Jeff.
It's moderator Jeff on the podcast today.
First time.
Will is close by. He's over on the couch. He's editing. We just wanted to do a quick episode before our Christmas episode to talk about something that's not super fun. That's why we're doing this today and not on our Christmas episode, because the Christmas episode is for fun things. Fun, good times being had, laughs, all the things.
Yeah, and this not so fun thing could have created a more fun thing for Christmas fun day.
If it would have been fun. But it's not fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about it. Of course we're talking about the Eagles. Who else are we talking about? Who else could we talk about?
What else is there not fun?
Else is not fun right now? And we have moderator Jeff. Moderator Jeff, give him a hand.
That's fun.
That's fun. Okay. Moderator Jeff's first time on the podcast. Like on camera, being part of the podcast.
He's finally getting a little bit big.
Finally. You know what? Honestly, let's go to Jeff. Jeff, what did you think of the last three Eagles games? Starting with the Niners to the Cowboys to the Seahawks. Let's keep it short.
So the Niners, I thought we actually were going to win that. We absolutely got trampled in that one.
We did not win
then
that one.
After the Niners getting trampled, I figured that we would actually show some fight in the Cowboys. I wasn't scared. I actually wasn't scared too much. I thought we were going to just go into Dallas, get a pretty easy win. We got trampled there. And then last night, me, Jake, and Will are watching the Eagles at my house, and it's right after Jalen Hurts throws that pick, and then the Eagles stop on the next drive. I tell Will and Jake, I'm going to bed. The Eagles are going to win. Wake up next morning, Jake's like, Jeff, the Eagles lost. Seahawks went down and scored a touchdown with the last 2 minutes, so I didn't see any of that.
Well, that's fun. That's good. You shouldn't have seen any of that because it shouldn't have happened. Where are we at, Ian? I would just first, before you go, I would like to say you were right.
Yeah, if anyone wants to get any points out of the way, they might as well go now. Because I might
Okay. All right, Jake, you talk. You talk.
James Bradbury is the worst player in NFL history.
You're welcome.
I have a bone to pick with a ton of players, so just
Same.
You go.
So just name a couple, and then I'll just go off after.
With the 49ers, it clearly showed that they're better than us, and our guys don't look like they have any fight, any physicality, whatever. They don't look like they won it enough. With the Cowboys, I thought they were actually going to show some fight, especially since they were fighting for the division lead and could have kept made it closer with the 1 seed after losing to the Niners. And then the Seahawks, I just don't understand. We had so many good drives on that in that game. The first drive was very good. Why can't we do it all game? Why do we go one drive that's really good and then one that's absolutely horrible? There's no in between. And our defense is just horrible to let up that last drive.
Can I?
There's no.
Everything
It's a
was
sad
terrible. But one positive thing is that Ringo, he made some really nice plays.
Ringo,
and
yeah.
he's a rookie. And
Kelly
then
Ringo,
Sidney
yeah.
Brown, he did make some pretty bad plays, but them two were looking pretty physical.
Yeah,
And that's
Sidney
what I
Brown
like.
had.
Our other two corners, Darius Slay and Bradbury, just don't want to tackle anybody, and they're afraid to hit anybody.
Will was saying last night. Sidney Brown, he's physical, but he missed so many tackles that ended up being big key plays.
I have a list of people that I can go down and say, this is your fault. This is your fault. This is your fault.
I just didn't enter the list. I'll let you guys.
Number one, I said it last week and it stands. Nick Sirianni is on this not because I think Nick Sirianni is a bad coach, but because I think he has bad coordinators. I don't think that it can be overstated enough that the offensive play calling from our offensive coordinator, Brian Johnson, is horrendous.
I agree.
It is absolutely
And it's not just coming from Philadelphia fans.
bottom of the barrel.
The media understands it too.
I will pick out a
Everyone
play
knows
that exactly exemplifies what I'm talking about. Jason Kelsey gets called for a false start, which okay, fair. He can't. That can't happen. Your star players have to step up.
And if we're like, not to cut you off, but like, we're calling that now. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
He was just getting set.
Yeah, it's indicative though of what the season is. That was a player mistake, sure, but then you go to 3rd and 6, and what do you draw up? What do you have to get that first down? A straight up the middle run. Christian McCaffrey was on the Manning cast, and he called what the Eagles were going to run.
Yeah.
He said they're going to have the tight end pull, and they're going to run it right up the middle. And they did that exact
And that's
thing.
the team that we have to face.
And that is the team we have to face. They are so predictable on both defense and offense.
And Nick Bosa called out Jalen Hurts too. He's on the Niners.
Nick
Saying
Bosa.
that they knew what was coming.
That's not on Jalen Hurts, though.
That's
No, but I'm
that's
just
also,
That's
saying,
on
if our
Brian
opponents
Johnson.
know what we're doing. That's
It's
Exactly.
also
never a good
embarrassing
thing.
that a running back, not the defense, like an offensive player is calling out. That's a defense to
Yes.
study the other offense. The running back, you're that predictable to know that.
Jalen Hurts also, I don't know if it's a play calling. If the play call, which I believe it was on that last play, was to go to, what's his name? The third receiver. Watkins. If that was your play call, you should be fired.
Okay, I don't.
There's no excuse to draw that up for Watkins. Also,
I
there's
don't
no
totally
need
agree.
to go for that play. You have two timeouts. You are beyond right at midfield, let's say. 12 seconds left. You have a kicker who hit a 61-yard field goal in the rain and the wind. And instead of trying to get the yardage to make sure that we are in the game, and then maybe if you have a first, you throw it up maybe. But you're not even in field goal range. You're not even certain that you're going to tie this game. And you try to go over the top to Quez Watkins?
No, wait. I think you're getting a little mixed up.
No,
Talking
the
about 12
interception.
seconds left in the game?
In the game.
Because that was
The
to AJ
intercept-
Brown. The interception was the drive before, I think.
The interception.
No, the interception to end the game.
Okay, I know, but I'm saying the interception to Quez Watkins was
that was
a drive
a
or
deep-
two
Okay,
before.
okay.
But it was
Still,
AJ
the
Brown.
play
I know
call.
what
But
you're
still,
talking. I'm just getting it clear.
the play call
I know,
to do
yes,
that
I
with
know.
that amount of time left in that situation is ludicrous. And if that was Sirianni who called it, should be on the hot seat. If that is Brian Johnson who called it, that is just indicative of exactly what he's been all year, which is terrible.
I know.
And Matt Patricia didn't help. And not that he should, because what are you going to do 15 weeks into the season trying to bring
Exactly.
another guy in? This defense does not blitz. This defense does not get home. This defense does not cover.
I've learned. I'll start with the defense. I've learned that it's not the coordinator. I didn't think it was the right move to go to Patricia. He stunk like his last 3 jobs. I didn't understand the move. Yes, the defensive coordinator could make better play calls different times, but it's the personnel right now because our defense is just we don't have a single linebacker. Our cornerbacks are old,
Trash.
slow, cannot tackle. They can't. James Bradbury let up almost every single play on that final drive.
James Bradbury lets a guy get behind him and goes deep down the field.
We don't have a safety.
The very
Our
two
own-
plays later on that long touchdown drive, he lets the guy get past him. How in that situation in the fourth quarter are you not playing sticks defense when you play sticks defense every other time?
And also, like that
You
play,
just can't let
that
them get
catch
in the
by
end zone.
Metcalf was basically in Bradbury's
Yes.
hands, and then
Yes.
Metcalf
They
reaches
had
back with his
3
left hand.
opportunities
and
to
pulls
pick
it
it
in.
on that same drive.
That is
And
the
two
other
different-
thing.
Almost a safety.
And then, like, if we're gonna Sirianni, like, if we're gonna make a change, why is yes, your defense is really, really what's killing you, but that's the players.
I
They're
disagree.
the players that's hurting our defense.
I-
I do not
Listen.
I'm strong.
I disagree that
feel
it's
strongly
just our
about that. Our offense, it's definitely the coaching.
Yes.
Why can we I have one example for a play call. We run a screen to Dallas Goedert and we have Devontae Smith blocking for him.
Yeah.
Why is it not reversed?
I said we were watching, and I said watch this screenplay because I knew it was coming because it was second down. They just got stuffed on the run, and it was a screen pass. If I'm sitting on my couch saying I know exactly what you're going to run next, that's an issue.
And also, with the play calling on the offensive side, we're running the play after play drive right down.
Yeah.
Most drives, we're right down the field.
Yeah.
We can go 10 play, 85 yards. As soon as we reach that 20-yard line, it's handoff off the middle, QB draw, handoff up the middle, handoff up the middle. All right, we have a 4th and 1. Let's tush push it. All right, we get it. Hand up at the middle, QB draw, handoff up the middle. Like, why? Why
if
in
you're
the red
gonna-
zone?
there's
Does it just
no-
all of a sudden just nothing?
And there's no taking the top off until it's like, well, what else are you going to do?
Yeah,
So they
and then-
cover it.
And
So
then we're
they
in
know to
obvious
cover it.
passing situations, and our offensive line can't hold up.
The biggest.
But why? Another question is, we're on that final drive. Why can't we go deep to Smith? Why does it always have to be A.J. Brown?
I know.
Well, it was Quez Watkins earlier.
And we're playing against the Seahawks. All right, first of all,
Keep talking. I want to make sure.
we gave up a 2-minute drill, 90-plus yards, right?
With one timeout.
With one timeout to Drew Lock. Drew Lock, a backup quarterback. And we were a 10-3 team. Second of all, we're playing against the Seahawks defense, who is already bad. And already a bad defense. They're without their top player, Devin Witherspoon. He's a great corner.
Yeah.
Their second best player on defense, Tariq Woolen, another great corner.
Yeah.
For some reason, only played like 2 possessions or
Yeah,
whatever
he
you
was
want to call it.
benched.
Yeah. And we still put up 17 points. And our points came on a tush push and a Jalen Hurts. Our touchdown
2-yard run.
came on a Jalen Hurts run and a tush push.
That brings up the other issue that I have, and it's not
That's-
talked about enough. Jalen Hurts has been bad.
Jalen Hurts has been bad.
His turnovers this year, 17. And 5 of them are fumbles.
And like that,
17. And we've only taken the ball away like 6 times.
we've talked about you brought up Quez Watkins' pass, which is why I started to disagree
Yeah.
with you, because that one I was fine. Like, I'm fine with him throwing that there, and he just didn't have enough on it. Which, whether he was sick and that's why, or he did,
Well, then you shouldn't be out
whatever,
there.
I understand, or just he can be out there, just don't throw that ball. But like, you gotta put enough on that. You can't leave that short. Which also, that was probably PI.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
pulling on Watkins' jersey like this.
Yeah,
Sure.
Watkins
Say that.
and
The
AJ Brown
announcers-
and Cam. I think they were both PI.
Sure.
But,
you shouldn't be in that situation against
What
the Seahawks.
Nah.
you're
No,
saying
you should
about
not. I'm not-
Jalen Hurts?
I'm not bringing up excuses.
I'm not. One of my friends was saying, "Oh, Jalen Hurts has been singing." I said, "I'm not gonna start." I agree, Jalen Hurts has been
Not good.
not good, but I'm not gonna start going to Jalen Hurts stinks until we get rid of Brian Johnson, because I feel like if you think about it, the defense knows what he's doing, and he probably sees that in his mind.
Yes.
He knows that the defense just knows what they're doing.
Yes.
And they're doing the same play, so he's like, well, they know, so I don't want to throw a pass, and they jump it because they know what's happening. So he wants to hold on to it, and then he scrambles out, and he's already a little bit banged up, so he doesn't
Yeah.
want to get injured.
You brought up about how
So-
he maybe shouldn't have been out there then if he was sick, right?
Yeah.
If he's sick and he's not 100% and he's your long-term quarterback that you just paid, why did they run him? What was it? It was somewhere between like
Exactly,
8 to
yeah.
14 times.
Because this is my issue. Because when he does and it works, they go, see, it worked. My issue is not when it works. My issue is the frequency of it being called.
Yeah.
Because it's predictable. What made Hurts good last year was he was good in the pocket because he had time. When the pocket started to break down, that's when he would run. On third downs, he very rarely had a drawn-up QB run.
Oh.
He ran when he decided to. That is why, literally, the offense is as predictable as I've ever seen any offense before.
Yeah, but I keep hearing like, oh, well, I heard David Carr say
Yeah.
that they need to put Mariota in because
Because he's hurt.
he said Jalen Hurts isn't a pocket passer and he's not comfortable in the pocket and can't read defenses. So Mariota would be more productive until Jalen Hurts gets his legs back. Jalen Hurts is number one in the league in pocket efficiency.
Yeah.
But his problem is, that is great. But he's leaving the pocket before the pressure's even there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one play, the final play, I forget who I heard talking about it, but they brought up that final play on the drive when they could have ended it, the 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
If he stood in the pocket, because there wasn't that much pressure,
Right.
he stayed in the pocket, Dallas got it wide open for a
Yeah.
7-yard pass.
The scheme of these guys not being open is horrendous.
Yeah,
These guys, I cannot stress enough how if it is the players, then somebody show me that it's the players. But everybody I listen to, everybody I watch who is former players are saying these schemes are terrible. These schemes are not good.
I just, like, before the year, I told you guys, I'm like, I don't know that I've ever felt like a season was going to be so easy.
Yeah.
We had A.J. Brown. We had Devontae Smith. Dallas got it. We brought in DeAndre Swift. We have the second best quarterback in the league.
The offensive line is the best in the league, too.
Our offense is, at this point, at this particular time, I don't even know that we're getting out of the first round of the playoffs.
I don't either.
A game against the Rams or the Vikings,
Or
maybe
the
not
Bucks.
the Vikings, the
Or the
Buccaneers
Bucks.
in
You
the
have to go
first
to
round.
Tampa?
I'm not saying we're gonna lose, but I'm definitely
I'm
not
not
just going.
comfortable.
I'm not just going in and saying we're gonna win.
Well, we were playing the Bucks.
Last night, I played hockey during the game because I thought, oh, well, we're playing the Seahawks. They don't have their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
They don't have
Drew Lock.
They don't have a good defense, and we're
Drew
a 10-3 team who maybe just got beat because we played two really good teams.
Right. And this was their opportunity to
And
put
we
all
did
that aside
nothing.
to say, hey, okay, maybe it wasn't just luck. It was, but no, I'm saying it now. It's luck. They won those games because of luck. These last 3 games have shown me more about the Eagles than that Bills game, the
Chiefs.
Bills, Chiefs, and
Dolphins.
Dallas.
Yeah, we kept winning ugly, but at least we were winning, right? And I kept bringing it up that I hated it.
Yeah.
Now is why I hate it, because now what we have to worry about on Sunday is rooting for the Cowboys to lose instead of
Exactly.
rooting for the Eagles to win.
That's the worst part.
Because we
is
were
can't
10-1.
Yeah.
We were 10-1, and we have to root for the
Yep.
Cowboys to lose.
We still,
That
if
should
we
not be
win
happening.
out, we win out. And here's what I'll say: the possibility of dropping one to the Giants was, I was like, okay, because they're a division rival, so you might lose. That is out the window. These next 3 games, if they're not blowouts, like you said, I don't care where they go in the playoffs. They're not going anywhere else.
Yeah.
You
Just-
cannot skate by in these next 2 games.
Give me your honest feeling. Like, what percentage would you give the Eagles to beat the Niners in a title game?
None.
Zero.
The Niners, I say Kyle Shanahan is overrated because he hasn't won anything, and I just truly believe people just are way too high on Kyle Shanahan. But what you do see is that he uses every single player he has
Yeah.
to their fullest ability. And this guy, Brian Johnson, I'm sorry, he's horrible. He's horrible.
Like, you bring up about
Horrible.
how Shanahan uses everyone. Like, just as an example, and I know this might be weird, but like, literally, we're playing fantasy football, right?
yeah.
Jacob has Brock Purdy, the quarterback, and then he picked him up and started on whatever, and McCaffrey. And somehow they both get like 37.
McCaffrey
How's
had
that even
36,
possible?
and Debo had like 24.
I know. Like,
Because
that's
he
when you
used
know
them.
that everyone's being
And
used.
George Kittle probably had 30.
Yeah.
Because he's scheming guys open and he's running the.
And
That's
all
why
of them are playing for a team. The Eagles, you can see
the
it.
biggest
They're not
loss.
a team right now.
The biggest loss the
A.J.
Eagles
Brown
have
wants
had.
his targets.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts only wants to throw it to certain people.
Jalen Hurts said last night, some people aren't completely bought in
Yeah.
or aren't competing
not
or something.
committed enough.
Committed.
Yeah.
Who's he talking about? Who's he talking about? Because
That's
Jalen
what-
Hurts doesn't say stuff like that, so it must be somebody. And
it has to be
my
something
thought
serious.
My thought is, it's the offensive coordinator. He has changed nothing. He has adjusted nothing.
My immediate thought came to A.J. Brown. Because
I don't think he would
supposedly
say that
went
about
out-
him.
No.
I don't think he
No.
would, but supposedly there were leaks about someone saying something about the offense. And then everyone thought it was A.J., but no one confirmed. Then supposedly today he was on Twitter going back and forth at people saying different stuff. But like,
Explain to me why
I don't know. It's-
Darius Slay, A.J. Brown, all these guys are more concerned about what people are saying on Twitter than they are about fixing the crap on the field. I'm sorry. I said it all season, and you guys all said, well, Bradbury is horrible.
He is.
Horrible.
Dude,
Horrible. Terrible.
I know.
He is the worst quarterback we've had in years.
And that's
Horrible.
saying
And
something.
that's saying
And that's
something.
saying
We had
something.
Dude,
Jalen Mills.
the fact that you let, and this is partially on the defensive coordinator too, but as a player, you let DK get past you. Okay, it's DK Metcalf. The very, 2 plays later, you're supposed to be protecting the end zone because you're up 4. They don't care about field
the field
goals.
goal means nothing.
Stop them from the end zone. And you let a rookie go right past you. And yeah, that's on the defensive coordinator because there's only a single high safety. That's all you're showing. But you cannot let that happen. That's your guy.
I know.
I'm so tired of quarterbacks stopping and then they run past him and then they look and go, "Oh, I thought you were." No, that's your guy. Go after your guy. Your side of the field is empty except for one player. And who are you covering? Who are you covering?
It's both.
Not
It's
him?
James Bradbury and Matt Patricia.
Yes, Sean Desai. Matt Patricia literally played calls for one game.
And
Yeah.
Patricia
that
isn't
game
even
of
the
Matt.
defensive
No,
coordinator.
Yeah.
yes, it's
Still
just
Desai.
DK
Sean
Metcalf on
Desai.
that last drive. He had one of the first plays, left side, wide open.
Wide open.
It was Bradbury. Second play, he had that really good catch. It was in Bradbury's hands. That's Bradbury again. Next play is down the right sideline against Bradbury. That jump ball. It's somewhat on Cindy Brown too because he was way in no
Agreed.
man's land.
Also,
And
Sidney
it
Brown
goes
came
over.
flying in to crush Metcalf.
yeah.
Why did he crush him?
I know.
He
But,
came in to crush him. If he would have just stuck his hand out, he could have had attempted picking it, or he could have hit DK's hands away, and he would have dropped it.
Here's my
and
issue.
Then Bradbury again.
Yeah. Here's my
Less
issue,
Aaron
though.
Jigba
defense
go right by him.
is so soft.
Yes, but here's
we
my
don't have a
issue.
single dog on our defense.
Here's my issue with him switching to Patricia over Desai. Of the 2 coordinators, the one I would rather you replace by
Brian
far
Johnson.
is Brian Johnson because at least we're talking about the players not playing up to their potential on the defensive side.
Yeah.
The issue on the offensive side is the players that we have are not being used. The fact that you only scored 10 points in the first half is horrendous. The defense held. The defense held in the first half.
Look at
And then you could not score anything other than a field
said-
goal, and they come
Look at
back.
Miami's offense. Look at San Francisco offense. They'll have Tyreek Hill go for 120.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle for 90. Then they'll have A-Chan go off, or Mostert go off. In the meantime, we're playing the Seattle Seahawks without their 2 top players and an already bad defense. And we have our top receiver go for 50 yards. Our
When's-
number 2 receiver, who is a number 1, capable of being a number 1, 50 yards.
I wonder when's the
And then our
last
tight
time.
end had, I don't even know, but it was
Two
not a lot of
receivers.
yards.
I wonder when's the last time 2 receivers on our team got each over 50 yards. Like seriously, maybe it probably was recently because 50 yards isn't that much. But still, with the Eagles' offense
You
right
said
now,
it
it would
for
not
the
be
Eagles.
Jalen
sure.
Hurts had 148 yards passing.
You said about Brown and Slay and them not being bought in. Brown, like when we were saying that, I said it the other time, I'm fine with him complaining on the sideline because our coordinator, like, what is he doing? He's not changing anything up. So someone needs to show that they're upset with it. If everybody just acts like, oh, nothing's wrong, then he's gonna think, oh, well, let's just keep it this way.
That's
Everybody's
fine.
happy.
That's totally fine as long as AJ Brown brings it when he has the opportunity to bring it in the Cowboys
listen,
game.
Sure
I
has.
thought
That's my issue.
that originally I thought it was good too that
Yeah.
he's shown. I've gotten to the
But,
point.
I
he's
think-
every single play he's chirping with a corner
Mm-hmm.
after something stupid. Not even like they're doing anything.
Yeah.
Then last night he gets into it with a staffer, and then here
Yeah.
he's on Twitter. And it's like, dude, just
I have no time
chill
for
out a
that.
little bit.
Yep.
Like, you don't need to start freaking out.
I agree. It's a crapshoot. But what I will say is this: I had a good week in fantasy. That makes it easier, right, for all of us?
I did in my other league.
Thank you. We got to stop doing this. Every time we have a good transition. That's Will, by the way. Will's still here. We're starting the playoffs this week.
Yes.
The
And I have to play you.
fantasy football playoffs,
Want
and
me
you're
to break
playing
some
me.
news to you?
Yes.
I actually don't like that I'm playing you in the playoffs.
Really?
Strictly because Christian McCaffrey could go off for 97,000 points.
Well,
in one
here's the
game.
issue, though, I face. They're playing Baltimore. and Baltimore's defense is great. And I have either Stafford, who's going against New Orleans offense, or I have Lamar Jackson, who's going against the 49ers defense. So I don't know. So we'll see.
Oh, do you know what I just realized? That I'm the number 1 seed. He's 2.
Yeah.
Will's 3. You're 4. So it's Jake versus Will, me versus Jim.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I'm hoping that if Jake's scared to play me, he won't help you out on that side of the table. Because I will definitely help Will out on this side.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'll help him set his lineup to beat you.
I don't know.
I'm hoping Jake isn't giving you.
Here's my issue, though. I have Bijan. The Falcons.
I hate having him
The
because
Falcons.
he's either really good or really bad.
It's the Falcons.
Yeah.
Talking about play calling, it's the Falcons. They're not running him.
I know.
They're horrible.
I do not understand.
They went in to Carolina. $4 tickets in Carolina. They went into Carolina, and by halftime there was like 4 people in the
I
stands.
know. It was the least, the smallest crowd ever.
Yeah.
Other than the COVID era.
And
There was just whole sections just empty.
And
It was
the
hilarious.
Falcons lost.
I know.
They lost. Bijan Robinson, I destroyed Jake. Did I not destroy you?
I think he did, yeah.
Bijan Robinson had negative 0.6 points.
Wait,
And I still routed Jake.
Because
but
Carolina's
still.
The
fans are
Falcons
the
lost,
12th
and
man.
the Panthers didn't score a single touchdown.
I know. That's how bad they were.
I'm looking it up
it
because
was 9-7.
I played Will and I picked up Rashad White to play over Josh Jacobs, who was hurt, and accidentally left Josh Jacobs in, who, by the way, was on the Raiders, who put up 63 stinking points after
Yes.
going scoreless the week before.
That was
So
incredible.
I played Josh Jacobs, who was inactive, and still kerthwonked Will.
Will.
I sure blapped Ian in the other league.
Yeah.
I'm in the play. Me, Ian, and Jake are all in the playoffs, and I'm gonna break some news right here. Jake stands no chance against me. And if Ian makes it to the Super Bowl, I'll win that league again. in the
Jeff,
Super
you
Bowl.
breaking news like that is not news. You being overly confident is not news.
No, I'm winning.
I'm in 4 leagues, and 3 of them I'm the number 1 seed, but in the 4th I didn't even make the playoffs.
Terrible. I made the playoff in my first year of fantasy football.
Yeah, man. I'm
14
definitely. I
league.
just don't. I think I'm gonna lose to you.
Here's the
So-
thing.
I always
Here's the
think I'm
thing.
gonna lose.
I beat you more than Ian beat Will. You only had 85 points. I was
Because
36.
David Montgomery only likes
Look
to
at
put up
this. Look.
8 now.
I
Jamar
got-
Chase just likes to get hurt. And Travis Kelce is absolutely horrible.
Jake, Taylor
Fair.
Swift's not there.
Listen.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
He
you
was,
was.
though.
Matt Stafford got me 25. Christian McCaffrey got me 36.
I know.
Ian wanted me to trade Christian McCaffrey to him early in the year. Debo got me 17. Laporta, this is where I won.
Dude, give me
Laporta
Sam
got
Laporta
me
and
23
I had
points.
them both in the same league, and I'm just like, this is the best thing.
Also, I picked up the Steelers defense, and they've been good. The Steelers defense is good, even though they get destroyed every
Talking about
week.
picking up defenses. Did you see my pickup of the Colts defense a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
Literally,
I think it was against
average
me.
21
I picked up Brandon
Yeah.
McManus, and he's been dominant. He's been
Dude,
like
what's it
16,
called?
Hopkins.
13, 14. He missed 2. One made me mad. 2 50-yard field goals.
Here's
That
where
would
you
give me
lost.
21 points. You
If
know how
we're
many
talking
got
about
me?
that-
1.
We're talking about that, right? I had Matt Prater the other week. Missed 2 50-yarders, and then I got 1 point. So I benched him. Do you know what happened last week? 20 points on my
You
bench.
want to
That's
know what I
great.
got
Like,
from
you're
Brandon
gotta be
Aubrey?
kidding.
38 points. That's more than Tua's got me. Like,
Yeah.
Tua is so frustrating to have because he has Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill puts up more points than him every single week.
Right next to each other.
And it's like Tua's putting up like
17.2.
only throwing the Tyreek Hill.
That's
and Tyreek
also
Hill's
one
getting
reason
more
why I
yards.
lost, because I had Kenneth Walker on my bench with 17, Devontae Adams on my bench with 16 in the Buccaneers.
Which one of you
deal.
guys
Yeah,
That's
but you
Raheem
got
Mostert.
16 out of your.
Jake always has a good bench. For
My
some
bench was
reason.
good
He
though.
just-
I had Amon-Ra St. Brown go.
I know,
Hold
but
up,
in other
hold
words,
up.
it doesn't even
And
matter.
You
Jackson.
guys
Somehow-
better have a good
Yeah.
bench when there's only 4 people in your league.
That's true. That's fair.
And who has Raheem Mostert?
Me.
Because I have him in my one league. He's a touchdown machine. He hasn't gone like a
I
game
don't
without
want to
2
hear
touchdowns.
this. I don't want to hear this right now. I'm going up against Ian.
He scores like 2. He has 20 touchdowns this year.
So it's me and
I'm pretty
Ian,
sure.
me versus Ian, and Jake versus Will. So
I lose it, Will.
Do you know what I
So-
just realized? I've been playing AJ Brown every single week.
and he's barely.
I
doing
need to
it.
start sitting him.
Yeah, if they go off for 50 next week,
And AJ Brown has like 4
and AJ
touchdowns.
Brown has 80,000 points, but he's on your bench, I will be so happy. All right, well, we probably are pretty long on this episode. We said we were only going to do 20 minutes, but that's our opinion on the Eagles. We wanted to get it out before our Christmas episode, which is coming out this week, by the way. So be excited. It's happening. Christmas episode, it's happening. Jeff won't be here, but it will be Will. Will be here. It's okay. He'll
Wait,
be over
that's
there.
why it'll be fun, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Will
Stop.
have been.
You did
Guys.
good for your first one. You did great. Jeff will be Jeff.
He's
Jacob
way
will
too
be
short
here.
to be Jeff.
And Ian will be here. And what else do we have? Wait. There's no.
Let me ask Will.
Wait, hold on. I think here. Let me see. I know how he does it. Wait, I know how he does it. It's like, thank you for watching.
Oh, we instead it's like and subscribe too, and like ring the bell and comment.
Yeah, give us a good one and
You
have
always
it.
have to clap too.
Has